Green Energy CSR, which would be uploaded on our websites as the conference finishes. It is a background on the on the green energy status of CSR in India, and I would like to invite my friend Mr. Alok Tripathi from Indian Power Sector to say a few lines about the background and the theme of the conference, and then we'll start with the first session. Can I invite Mr. Alok, please?
First of all, thank you, Mr. Yadav, for providing us with this opportunity to work for such a unique concept. And I would like to thank MNRE, IIC, as well as DPE for their enthusiasm and support for this very event and the theme of the event. Now, basically, what this event, what we have tried to cover in our knowledge paper is that how come the funds which are available with the various corporate entities as well as including the PSUs, how that can be channelized and be utilized to fund green projects and energy efficiency projects. And this conference will set the right theme with the right amount, with the right stakeholders present on the dais to tell about the various regulatory framework which is already available, the role of funding agencies which will be discussed, and how we can fund the green energy initiative to enlighten the rural India as well as the off-grid projects at the same time. And also the event aims to align the public-private sector-led CSR initiatives to the goal of sustainable development and bridge the understanding of evolving CSR interventions dealing in green energy as well as energy efficiency. And then the conference aims to develop and define the boundaries of green energy CSR and explore the regulatory and financial initiatives supported by Government of India for this cause. Also, I mean, apart from green energy, energy efficiency plays the equally important role because we all know that one energy saved is 1.5 energy generated. So, I mean, we'll be discussing all those things, and I would again like to thank Sharp Developments to set the tone right for the very event with their beautiful clip. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Sri Alok Srivastav ji to just release the backgrounder. Also, I would like to invite Mr. Chakraborty on stage. Ma'am, if you can also please both. Sir, please.
Dipankar, you can join us. Mr. Manfred, Gayatri, please. This is not technically a release. This is just a backgrounder that we have done, and we are just asking our esteemed, uh, distinguished speakers to have a look at it, and then it will be shared with the rest of the audience or participants.
Thank you for your kind words, Mr. Alok Tripathi. And as we commence our first session, we are going to talk about the institutional framework, the role of the government in promoting corporate social responsibility. Our moderator for this session is Mr. Dipankar Ghosh, Partner, Climate Change, Sustainability Advisory Services, Ernst& Young. Welcome, sir. Our keynote speaker is Sri Alok Srivastava, Joint Secretary, Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, Government of India. Welcome, sir. Our speakers for the session would be Mr. Bhaskar Chatterjee, Director General and CEO, Indian Institute of Corporate Affairs, Mr. Alok Kumar Pavadia, Joint Secretary, Department of Public Enterprises, Ms. Rita Soni, CEO, NASCOM Foundation, Mr. A.B. Chakrabarty, Executive Director, Chief Carbon Management Group, ONGC Limited, and Mr. Manfred Heiberg, Director, Private Sector, GIZ. Thank you so much, sir. Welcome all of you.
Right, I think we will start the session now. And today's theme is Green CSR, and I must congratulate the organizers for picking up this theme for today's conference. It's very relevant today. We all are aware that business cannot success in societies that fail. One of the top messages that WBCSD gave us, and it is so relevant today, we all know. And it is reaffirmed by the corporate leaders in the Rio Plus 20 last year. This essentially means that for growth of business, there must be appropriate partnership between business, government, and society in which it operates. While the philosophy has been well understood over the ages, the approach of business has undergone substantial change in the recent past. In the earlier days, it used to be pure philanthropy, such as charity donations and so on. But now industries agree that there has to be a more structured approach. That is, this has to be based on the assessment of the need, which could be through interaction with stakeholders, and more importantly, should eventually be linked back to business benefits or sustainability of the business itself. Of late, many organizations have taken an approach which is about being more responsible and accountable for growth and development of the society. Simultaneously, we have seen that there has been actions by government that compels organization to take structured approach. Revised Companies Bill presently under review at Rajya Sabha has a dedicated clause 135 on CSR that requires formulation of CSR policy and governance structure. It motivates people to spend on CSR as a percentage of profit. DP guidelines also provides a broad level commitment and implementation of CSR program and its validation as well. As a result, organizations are considering a fresh holistic view on the manner CSR initiatives are to be handled, including transparency, governance, human rights, resource and energy management, product stewardship, biodiversity, conservation, health and safety, water and waste management, renewable energy, energy efficiency, and so on, which is what is green CSR is all about. In this context also, demand of transparency is an aspect that is becoming more and more important. While many organizations have been bringing out social report or sustainability report for several years now, the investor community is increasingly looking for very transparent disclosures based on the NVG guidelines. We have now ACBI guidelines on business responsibility reporting is one of such example, which reflects essentially the expectation of the investors, the stakeholder group from the businesses. Today's session in the conference will cover all of this. You are all familiar with the distinguished panelists today on the dais. They have already been introduced. So without much further introduction, I would invite Mr. Alok Srivastav to make the keynote address.
Chairman of the session, Mr. Deepankar Ghosh, my colleague panelists on the dais, Mr. Manfred from GIZ, Ms. Gayatri, Ms. Rita Soni, and Dr. Chakravarti, esteemed delegates, ladies and gentlemen, friends from the media. It's indeed a pleasure for me to be here. A very unique initiative that Sharp Developments have taken up, which is in line with the new movement that is taking place in the country, both in corporate social responsibility as well as in renewable energy. So I think Sharp Development really has taken the lead in combining renewable energy with corporate social responsibility. The new companies bill is in Rajya Sabha and should be passed any time now, which brings in a whole new concept and governance structure for CSR in the country. I think that was a big requirement because CSR has not really come on its own in the country, and it's basically donations and charities and philanthropic organizations which are doing it, but the framework is still not there. Some of it came with the National Voluntary Guidelines which came in 2011. which was subsequently revised in 2013, which pointed to the fact that environment protection, exploration is a major goal that the CSR or the corporates could take up. But the modus operandi or the modalities were still not very clear. I'm very happy to say I come from the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, and I'm very happy to say that renewable energy now offers corporates a win-win solution for this, where they can combine their interests in corporate social responsibility with something that is economically beneficial for the society and for them too. So therefore I say that Sharp Developments has taken really a very unique initiative in this regard in combining CSR with renewable energy. I was just looking at the history of CSR or the history of philanthropy in India, and broadly what I understand is that there have been 4 phases in which this philanthropy or charity and donations have developed in India. The first, of course, I mean in ancient times also during the Vedic period, kings and also people who had wealth built water tanks, had also contributed to the care of the infirm and the weak, those who could not afford enough in the society. And then this was of course in the ancient period, which carried on during the medieval times also. But if we look at the last 150 years or so, the CSR as we understand today, where corporates came into the scene, was started with companies like the Tatas, the Birlas, the Godrej,